Hey, we're back. Welcome, welcome. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh wait, I'm dead? How did that happen? Right, where were we? Telluria.
Surely this scoundrel is
Uh-huh.
lying. I chased him here on my own too.
We didn't
Of
see
course not.
anything.
There was no other thief. Not that it matters. Our sticky-fingered friend here has already stashed the moon sugar he stole. I don't suppose you saw where.
When I arrived, he was as you see him.
Then my paws are tied. No evidence means no theft, even if Chandra is 3 months' worth of moon sugar poorer. In any case, thank you. Jode's chariot appreciates your honesty.
Well, that was surprising. At least she is gone now, right, Gobani? That was a clever approach, telling that guard the truth. She wasn't expecting that, was she?
Did you really steal it?
Steal? I guess that's it. Let's say I circumvented the market. I found the price the merchant was charging unacceptable, so...
I didn't think the merchant would see it
What
that
does
way.
the merchant have to complain about? His belly is full. If they are not fed, Gobani and her sisters become most unruly. Were it not for the hollow moon, they would have eaten me whole when I arrived in Redfur.
The hollow moon?
Some call them thieves, but that's such an impolite term. The hollow moon's work is charitable by nature. They procure things for people who can't afford them, yes? Here, take this token to the ruined temple and see for yourself. Gobani and I know when we have outstayed our welcome, yes? A night in the stocks might not be as bad as losing a paw, but all the same.
Okay. Let's where's our companion gone, Zerathfar?
Could you help me out? Redfur
Wait.
Trading Post. I remember Grotwood from
Oh,
my
you can ask
travels
them
as a young
things?
cub. The hot days in those jungles could make my eyes see many things in shadow, Tamit. Rajas. Redfur. I never. This. There are more. Redfur Trade. As you wish. We did not have this tales of Redfur Trading Post.
No, I don't have it yet. Let me just see what others we could put. Ooh. Healing. I can't really. Starfall sounds cool. Huh. See what that's like. See what the Starfall's like. Oh shit, we still have.
Moons, there you are. over here.
Oh
We
man,
came as quickly as we could, Jareth.
we have our XP burning still.
Pardon my saying so, but you were obviously doing well for yourself. What brought you here?
Oh, thank you. Is she trying to hit us up? Cindertail gave me this Hollow Moon token.
I'm surprised he had one left to hand out. Apologies, I should explain. Our agents give these to the infirm, so their need is not questioned when they petition us for aid. Cindertail was very liberal with his tokens. We thought his Sench tigers would be useful to have around, guard duty and such, but between his tiger's sugar habit and his handing out Hollow Moon tokens like candy, he practically emptied out our stores. Can you lift coin from a rich man's pocket without getting your hand stuck in it?
Oh, I am relieved to see you both. I could not say much in my letter, just in case it was intercepted. Izalgo is not the first Twilight Cantor to disappear, and the Inquisitor investigations go nowhere. I risk much just talking to you. High Cantor Viti says the Inquisitors have forbidden all contact with you and Zereth Var. Especially Zereth Var. Be informed.
Oh, what a marvel all these trees are. This one's neck aches from gazing up at them. And smell?
Why must these stallkeepers take theft as a personal slight? Your wares are good. It is a compliment. Why?
Yes, yes. This one can't afford to settle with Shanra, so he takes his business elsewhere. Jode's chariot, what a joke. The only one who stopped at this one's short-lived sugar stall were thieves! Unless this Twilight Cantor of yours has fingers as light as his song, Inni says saw no such singer.
With Canardi's swiftness.
Dominion soldiers are looking for something at the Fallen Esti winter site. But
Welcome to Redford Trading Post. How can I assist you with your important export needs?
What are frost trolls doing in Grotwood? Or soldiers, for that matter?
I can track it down for you. What was its intended destination?
Yes, headed for their annual pilgrimage.
Ah, that crate. I checked it myself. It was making some sort of odd noise. A chirping, if I recall. It's clearly contaminated, so we threw it out in the garbage heap for disposal. It's not worth the risk to our couriers, you understand. Out in the back with other impounded shipments waiting to be destroyed. You can pick it up if you want to assume the risk, but I cannot guarantee your safety. However, it is one less thing for me to deal with, so feel free to pick it up. If the shipment is...
More questions? Those Inquisitors already treated me like a criminal. I will tell you what I told them so I can get back to my nap. Perhaps
Let us make haste to Gold Folly. We still may be able to save Cantor Izalgo.
Be a relief. Fadi sent you? She thinks perhaps you can do work for us. Who are you to know so little, yet offer so much? Maybe you are less interested when you hear what we do? You are familiar with the custom of property ownership, yes? I have a thing. It is mine.
I've
You
been
take
muted
it,
that
it is
entire
still mine,
time.
yes?
Holy flippin' heck.
Why? Because I did not give it to you.
Goodbye. I am, actually.
And if you are starving, and use what you took to feed you... Thank you, my friend. If Shanra calls...
We have to go round? Okay, we do. I'm not in combat anymore. Why does it still say I'm in combat?
Dominion soldiers are looking for something at the fallen Esti winter site. But frost trolls hinder their progress.
She's waiting. I'm sorry, we can't chat for long. I'm waiting for someone.
Valer sent me to meet with you.
Truly. You were so honest about Cindertail. I would not have expected you to associate with the Hollow Moon.
He wants me to enter the
Is he
tomb.
mad? Why would he ask for such a thing? He knows the danger.
He believes it to be the only way to change Shanra's mind about the Thalmor.
Yes, I see. The treasure of Anabi could certainly be persuasive. It may be our only chance of keeping the Thalmor out of our affairs.
Wait, I have to go... Why does this whole town just want to take prisoners? Oh, it's down here, okay. They definitely don't want anyone coming down here, do they? Wait, someone's dead? Huh. I did try and res him. Oh, what do I have to do? Escape? Well, I'm dead. Okay. Nabi looked up at the night moonlight, filled her eyes, and she knew what to do. Huh. This is impossible. This is actually impossible. You can't do this. Wait. Have I frozen them? What happened? I feel like a genius. I feel like a genius.
They've gone to see Shanra. If you hurry, you might catch them.
Hulara and Valier working together. Punabi, did you ever think we would see this day?
No, Shanra.
Come now, smile. Only good can come of such an auspicious alliance.
You are wise to say so, Shanra.
Such flattery. Tell me, why have you called me here?
We have a gift for you, Shanra, to show our appreciation and solidify our friendship. And I believe it has just arrived. My friend, if you would...
Shanra is honored. Tell me, what have you brought? Spices? Gemstones, perhaps? Wherever did you get this marvelous gem?
The tomb of an abbey.
Legend has it that Joan was struck by a bolt of light. For but a second, she turned from her twin, and overtaken by sadness, shed a single tear. Ah, clever and as the hollow.
Whatever. Let's leave these cat people. Oh yeah, we need to do these specific dungeons, don't we? It was banished souls to... Forgot which ones it was. Banished cells, Bedlam and Ash. Banished cells, Bedlam and Ash. There is a bunch of stuff in this area though. Where am I? Here. Let's go to that. Wait, there's a purple book here. There's not though. That looks like a thumb. A rock.
Moonclaw. It senses Dromathra nearby. Let us look around. A dead Inquisitor. I shall invite forth his spirit. Perhaps he will be more amenable in death than in life.
What? That song? That twisting, bending song? The Cantor suspected it was a trap, and he was right. My soul would have bent too, were it not for the
Who killed you?
Rajhaska. And not just one. A whole pride led by some ancient evil. They questioned me about the necromancer, Zerith Var. The reason that strolled out of Moonmont. He must be in league with those abominations.
He's not. Besides, that's not the point. What about Cantor Izalga? Where is he?
The Cantor led me to the Rajhaska. He kept saying...
Okay.
Our thanks for your testimony. May you find peace.
Inside or outside? Where? So many little fuckers, what the heck? I don't really have any AoE skills. Just deactivate the first stone. There's literally nothing here. It's a stable. Search for a door behind this. Oh, it's behind the stables. Oh my gosh. Okay, I knew that.
Ravith Morna seeks you, Zerith Var.
I can do that too, look. Yeah, have that. I can't wait to fix our build.
The Inquisitors. A Rajhaska bent his soul. Izalgo's journal. It mentions Ravith Morna. This is troubling. Let us return to Crimsey at the Northwest Temple in Redfur.
Oh wow! His head looks very... Let me just get rid of that.
Another Twilight Cantor here. Did you see?
I'm innocent.
This. That is the High Cantor, yes. Looking as sour as ever. What is she doing here?
Oh, you have returned. Thank... I was about to come looking for you when High Cantor Viti found me. She demanded to know what I was doing here. Do not worry. I did not mention either of you.
She knows we're here. We've ran into her on our way to meet you.
This! Well, if it helps, I do not think she will send for the Inquisitors as long as I am with you. She worries about me. She just refuses to see reason where Zareth Var is concerned. But what news do you bring? Did you find Cantor Izalgo?
No, but we found his journal.
I am sorry about the Inquisitors, but my concern is for Izalgo. Let me see. Oh, were the other Cantors lured with dreams such as this? We have no defense against such darkness, no song that can cure such a summons. We must stop this Ravith Morna.
We're at a dead end. I'm not sure where they would have taken Counter Zalgo.
Zareth knows about the Rajoska. Well, Zareth and perhaps the Inquisitors. I do not need to tell you that they will not help us. If only we could find Ravith Morna, then maybe Zareth could save the Cantors bent by her song.
Zareth battled Ravith Morna in the past.
He knows her from his life before? Let us hear it from him then.
I hoped we would not have to shed light on that chapter of my past.
Azura sent you back for a reason. Could this not be it?
I will tell you what I know. Before she fell to the bent dance, Ravith Morna was Moon Singer Ravith. In my time, Moon Singers were not so different from Twilight Cantors. My memory of her holds a sorrow I have trouble putting into words.
Try, Zareth. We need all the information we can.
She was the first I ever called Tamit. I would come to call her more than that. In the end, I died trying to stop her. Besha-Anzi, my friends. This memory weighs heavy on my heart. To me, that battle, my death. It happened only yesterday.
How did Ravith fall before your bent dance?
I do not trust my tongue to recount this sad tale. But there is a ritual I could perform. It allows us to walk the path of my memories. But I must perform it in a specific place. Try to keep an open mind. What you and Crinzy see may trouble you.
You want her to come with us?
She has been gracious in trusting us where others in her order are wary. If she is willing, I would trust her to see the worst parts of me.
Okay.
Zareth speaks of Jode's Light, west of Dune and Reaper's March. There is a ritual chamber at the back of the western atrium, for the ritual of Kujijo, yes?
I am glad to hear it is still known in this time. You are welcome to travel with us, Jarithanti.
Oh, I would not miss it. I will gather the components needed for this ritual and meet you there.
Okay. I'm gonna take these books on the way. Wait, that's not a book. Ah. Sky Shard isn't in a dungeon, I hope. Is it up there? It is up there, isn't it? How do I get up there?
Let this be quick. Free yourself, come in. Light it up.
Alright, leave us alone a minute. Surely I can't jump that. No way. Yeah, it's all the way up there. There's just no way I can get there.
Come in. Move.
Light it!
High Rock and Hammerfell!
For the Covenant!
That was actually kind of lucky. I think they were about to kill me then.
Shoot! Go play with a Khajiit. I lost everything after the attack.
Kind of want to put another XP token on. I think it's in my bank though.
Fear not, featherless one. Your shinies.
Oh shit.
The fires of oblivion rage on!
I really want to fix my build. I really want to fix my build. Why is he focusing me, by the way? Where's the other fucker?
I'm coming for you, Gilrain.
Yeah, now you're coming. Oh, I know why the corpses are lighting up now. It's because of my necromancy ability. I'll be getting rid of that anyway, so... Goes. I can level up surely a bit faster. I'm in combat. Fuck off, I don't want to be in combat. That there. Should be a little bit faster to level. Pretty sure that's how it works, right? If you just have more of the same skill on the bar, more of the same class skill.
Vinganian? How in oblivion did he get here? Damn it!
Come! Aid me! Heal me! Kill them! Move now! Circle around! Help me!
Gilrain, you look... Are you alright? What did they do to you?
Never mind that. How about you try not getting yourself killed? The Vulcan and his
Oh yeah, which dungeon is this? Knives of Discord. Wait, the Knives of Discord? I didn't think we was meant to do that one. Yes, I did just try and kill the bird. It's fine, even if this is the wrong dungeon, I still need to get the XP.
What now? We can't get past that thing.
You think you'll survive this? Flaming guile! Potagon!
Prepare yourself for the end.
Flaming guile!
It's so weird that you can use assassin abilities as like a mage.
The flame of the fire.
I don't plan to keep them.
Like a second
Just leveling it. Wait, have I run out of inventory space?
New friends aren't as meek as you lot. And you call yourselves undaunted.
Quiet, you. It's been a bad day.
Ah! Our It is good to be red.
like new fowl I've ever seen.
This is the end of the line. Malkin Scoria wants you dead. Arise! We have visitors!
Can I just ignore the spinny things?
Show our visitors how bright a new day can burn!
No.
He does not look very good. Wait, is there more? That wasn't the fight. These dungeons, you'll fight like an epic dragon or something, just like we did, and then there'll still be something even more to go. Oh.
Malkin Scoria will not suffer this! Slay the mortals!
There's no end to them!
I know! Isn't it great?
No!
Oh my gosh! What is that skill
You're
action?
here. Let's go. We have to destroy the sigil stone in
That's an
order to
execute.
close the Oblivion Gate for good. Gilren says Vulcan Scoria guards it.
Okay. Where's the big boy? Come on then. More little guys, okay. Alright, big guy now. Oh, more little. Oh, these are like medium guys. Getting ready for the big guy. Oh, he's just another small guy. Now's the big guy. I mean, that's a cool animation, though. That was pretty nice.
You don't have to come down here for me to hurt you.
No! Venganian!
Ragnaros?
Tear his heart out. I'll tend to my husband.
And burn!
Wait, can I stand on these instead?
Nowhere to run! A new day dawns amidst earth and fire!
Yes, I did just jump in the lava like 3 times. Oh, come here, Baron.
Stingy.
Is there a quest in here?
You beat the Vulcan?
Yeah, there is. Lucky I
Remind
didn't
me
TP
never
out.
to anger you.
Is that the stone up ahead?
It is.
Can't believe this is over.
I never expected
I'm
to
so
be
glad
back.
I didn't just TP out.
Oblivion had become home.
We can
Deposit
go
or
anywhere you
withdraw?
want. Just say the word.
We were involved in the death of a Vulcan. This ordeal may not be over, Finn.
Try to put it out of your mind. We won't be near any Oblivion gates for a while. You've turned the tide for us, my friend. I thank you, my friend.
Alright, cool. We need to be super quick because of our XP. But and our bags are all full up. We need to go and disenchant a bunch of stuff. Where are we? Oh, we needed to go here though, didn't we? Flippin' heck. It should be okay. We can carry on doing this. Wait, can I make it up here? Please tell me I can make it up there. No, I can't make it up there. Ah, this bit looks promising. Easy as pie. Oh, banish cells. Give me 1 second. I need to just make a quick phone call. I'll be right back. Sorry. Thanks for waiting if you did.
Return my kami to me. Can Arthi make this swift?
That wasn't meant for solo. Jesus Christ. Let's go sort our bags out.
We move with the wind.
Pretty sure
If
it's
you're
these
working
two.
in cloth or...
Oh shit, I need to do include banked items. Because they banked a ton.
Fear not, featherless one.
Yeah, let me just double check I did weapons on the blacksmith. I did. That's a nice lion mount, actually. Looks very lion-like. Yes, that lion looks like a lion.
The guild has need of you, comrade.
Wrong building. Still nothing to research. I don't know why. I mean, surely there's something out of this bunch I can research, but clearly not. Some more stuff we can sell, actually.
Something catch me.
Where's our guild trader this month? Week. Here. Endrel in Mournhold. I don't know where Mournhold is. Oh, it says on there. Sardil, Reaper's March. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Oh, actually, I can go here, then locations, then Mournhold's not on there. Dorio in Mournhold. Does anyone know where it is? Because I don't know where it is.
If you're working in cloth or leather...
I want to sell all the... Hang on, wait, what's all this at the bottom of my bag? Oh, Daunted Merits. Mage Guild Merits. Why is that dungeon not popping? Wonder if we can actually just make our build now. To be honest, we probably can. The only problem is we've got an XP thing running. Should be okay. Let's just go make our build. Fuck it. We can sacrifice a little bit of that. No, in our luck, we're going to get a cube up halfway through.
Progress is slow, but steady.
Skills. Clear. All. Alright, we're going to go. Crystal Shard. Crystal Fragments. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. There's no point, there's no point. Did that just cost me... Did that cost me money, even though I didn't actually complete it? Critical damage and critical healing. We've got like a rough idea of what we're going to build, but not entirely.
You haven't made up your mind about this army, Master. Why send an invitation?
I didn't invite them. They're invading. Forward. It'd be a shame to waste this glorious opportunity. Ah, you'll do nicely.
You stop!
in the name of the blind!
Oh wow, this guy does take no damage. What do we have to do? Kill all the little ones first? Or is it this thing? Yeah, it's that thing.
You're not going to let something as simple as an Atronach stand between you and the block?
Why can't I do anything? Why is it doing this? The hell? Same, I still can't.
There are more enemies now.
So weird, I can't use any spells. Yeah, I can't use anything. I'm really not sure why. Charged it. Anyone know why? Wonder if dying will help. It's basically dead already.
They're winning, Tutor! Tutor, take note. We need to acquire one of these shiny Atronachs.
The blind, Master. Has she gotten far?
She's in the first room.
Okay, now I can. That was so weird.
Dangers are supposed to slow you down.
Oh, chest, where? Can't be bothered. I've took off my pins on my map anyway. I don't know what dungeon this is. And I need to know because there's a specific one I need, well there's a specific 3 I need to do. And only once each.
Now, we kill the mortal.
I don't think they know about the light.
What the hell was that?
Love watching this big guy fight.
Where did my health go? Oh man, it's going down and down and down. Wait, we all white?
Strike true and cast quickly.
yourself!
Maxes the money. Holy smokes, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. Alright, step out of that.
By my arenas.
I mean, I've got all these spiders on me. This is pretty challenging. This is where we wiped a minute ago. Oh, you're not meant to stand in there. What the hell is going on? Why do we wipe?
The Echinir's at the back of the Sky Vault, Master. The blind won't get it quickly.
I'm sure our champion is ready to hunt the blind,
think I like it.
regardless of how far into the Sky Vault she gets.
We'll try a bit of this. What level's our assassination now? 41.
Very good, Master. I'll make a note. That's one of your treasured trinkets, Master. Should we tell the champions not to touch it?
Why not give them the chance? It will be a good test of the locks and my hints.
We are struggling, aren't we?
Of course the blind pa couldn't get past my locks. Even I had to leave myself hints.
Yeah, I got no idea how to do that.
That doesn't look right.
What am I doing?
I regret to inform you that wasn't correct. bummed. You didn't even get the corner pieces right.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do there. Why is there a chicken?
Not that one. Right, Tutor?
They said what's going on?
Should have picked the other one.
Wait, were we not meant to do it?
My preparations are complete. The barrier will crumble and I will take the Econir for my prince.
The Econir is just up ahead.
There's something I'm supposed to do with it. I will claim the Econir. You insist on dying for that fool's amusement. And you insist on dying for die already! My spell destroys everything in my way! I will take the
I'm not making this look easy, am I?
Nothing will stop me. Prepare to be disappointed. I need more power. There's no escape. Not dead yet. See if you can dodge this.
I thought someone was at my door. That buzzer sounded like my doorbell.
Fight me yourself if you're so confident. Otherwise, let me concentrate.
Oops.
I need more power.
Sure do.
I have you now. I'll entertain you with their defeat. This can be. That was incredible. I couldn't take my
Ah, this was
eyes off
Bedlam
your
Vale.
fight. You
That's really good
deserve
to know.
recognition for that.
Induction gloves. Oh, okay, it just takes me here. Fine, fine, fine. Let's actually do our build now. Okay, clear all. Clear all. Right, we're gonna go crystal shards. We're gonna go all of that. We're gonna go... Oh, actually, hang on. No passives. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. I'm not gonna have any abilities slotted though, am I? Okay. Grave Lord. We don't want any grave spells. This is what we wanted, the crit. And the dot. That's what we needed. So wait, what have we got on our... Destructive touch. Let's get the ones we know we're going to get first. Hang on. We're definitely going to use all of light armor. Convert a portion of your magic into a protective ward. I think we'll go this. Dampen magic. So we got Giga Shield. We don't need anything here, we don't need anything here. We do want to do some soul magic though. Or do we? I think we do, but it's not leveled up enough yet. It's going to take a while. We definitely want Dawnbreaker as our ult. So what do these do? Reduce stamina cost if you fight. one ultimate whenever you kill. That's OP, right? Get more ults. We can just spam them. Your fighter's skilled abilities do additional 10% damage. I mean, sure. 10% damage on my ult. I mean, fine. Allows you to accept. Okay, we would do that because it's lore. 1% for each one slotted, huh? Right, now we want to do entropy. You gain major brutality and sorcerer. Major brutality, I think. Okay. Persuade. Reduce the magic and health cost. Fine. Duration. Fine. Increase your max magicka. Don't really think that matters, to be honest. I don't really even think we need that one. Place to me. Blazing Orange. Thieves Guild, Undaunted. Is there anything cool in here? We don't want to change our decision making too much. We'll have a quick look. So that's a taunt. Shield. Some necro thing. Nah. We are going to be doing PvP. But let's not. Increase magicka for long range abilities by 2. Okay. All of the Breton skills. Keen eye. Get keen eye on everything. Wait. We don't need to be a cook. What am I doing? 2 extra servings. Actually, I mean, being a cook can be cool. Holy shit, actually, we're using a lot of points here, aren't we? Um... I don't need the hireling. Servants. I mean, that is useful for like writs and stuff though as well. But look, we need weapons stuff first. This is just to get the extra crit rating. Major savagery. Major brutality. Okay. Now we just need one for F. I could go Circle of Protection and then take Slayer. I kind of want a soul magic. I think I want magical soul. Do I actually need metal working? Oh, this is so confusing. Allows the use of sanded maplewood. I think I do need these. We'll just go Kenai 1. We don't need Kenai all the way, I think. Man, we need all of this though, don't we? There's so much we need. Alright, got light armor, we need. Right. I don't think we need that. Reduce the health of magical, we don't need that. That's actually really useful. We're not going to be blocking. We need this. This is really annoying. I need all of this stuff. I need all of this crafting stuff. I wonder if I just get rid of Keen Eye. I mean, I don't really need it. Tailoring. Alright, I don't need this. Because I'm not going to be using potions. Produce 1 extra point. If I do make potions, I'll be selling them, so I'll just do that. Reduce. This is all just for writs anyway, so... Crafting. One point, so we've only actually got 1 point. Blacksmithing. We've got 1 point, and we're going to put that in here. Confirm. Confirm. We're getting there, boys. Let's go and just do a shit ton of crafting quick. Jewelry making quick. And get level 50. Shouldn't take long. Hey, I'm back. We have a new microphone coming, by the way. It should just be here tomorrow or the next day. So I have to deal with this horrible audio. Yeah, nice. I can research some better, well, I say better, some more stuff now. Okay, then just the woodworking. We'll see if we can upgrade anything here.
The teeth on these. Certainly.
Alright. Well, look, I say we do a dungeon. Oh, wait, we do have to do a specific dungeon, don't we? Return. I need to do banished cells too. Banished cells 2. And we have to go to Gratwood. So might as well just go there now.
I will stay close to you, Tamit. I do not wish to lose my way.
When on earth can I get a new companion? This guy's driving me nuts. Alright, I think we just wait here. We'll find something to watch on YouTube quick. While we wait for the queue pop. As long as I don't, yeah, Mecha Break was not looking so good, unfortunately. What a shame. Oh, there was Diablo 2 ambience. No, there was something I wanted to watch. He was rushed to hospital. Ugh. What was he called? What was he called? Wait, let's just watch this instead.
Argued pirate software, RV part of his off-stream code. It's even worse.
Oh yeah, there was also my chat box was in the wrong place. There we are. Docs. Lock docs. Lock, lock. Lock.
It's even worse.
I like Quinn 69. I really like him actually. I think he's so cool. I watched him a
He
lot.
posted it.
Now, in my last video on this topic, I mentioned
He's looking
that. So unless anything
skinnier
new comes out that I think I can bring my unique perspective to, I'm gonna put Pirate Software behind me and just keep moving forward. One of Thor's criticisms of that video, when he wasn't busy trying to smear me as a grifter,
It's just another, like, YouTube grifter trying to fight for relevance, dude. That's all that shit is.
despite the fact that my channel has been consistent for the past 5 years.
He's a YouTube
grifter. Isn't Pirate Software like the ultimate grifter? We've established that he's effectively Elon Musk. Like he's like stolen valor.
Look, I personally don't like the drama and the kind of bandwagon bullying of Pirate Software at all. From what I've seen of Pirate Software's short stuff, I think he's cool. I like him. I mean, there's no reason for me not to like him. I'm purely watching this because it's a Quinn 69 video.
Coder, completely full of shit. Has no authority on anything he speaks about. Dude, fake voice, fake persona. I mean, pretty much just a fake person in general. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Is that I wasn't specific enough.
You can review languages. Many concepts are transferable. Concepts can be transferable, but specifics are not, and that's the problem.
Today's video sponsor is me. I built this platform called getcracked.io, which focuses on covering everything that is not lead code related to the technical interview for languages like Python, Rust, C++. That involves concepts like language knowledge, networking, operating systems, concurrency, computer architecture, etc. As you can see, we have over 600 problems that will really test and sharpen your skill set. Check it out. And so I figured maybe I can look for new information that
someone get Pirate Software a course to this thing right now. He needs to learn proper formatting. All right, someone get give him like a discount code or something.
I can bring my unique perspective to. Other creators, including myself, have covered the code snippets that he has shared publicly on stream. And so I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I can address Thor's critique by finding code that he's written off stream to really get into the details? So I decided to scour Pirate's website on the Wayback Machine and noticed that he actually included his source code resources as early as 2018. Ooh. Just to be clear, these are the resources for his demo version of Heartbound. I was able to extract the code
Just played that game. Hey, you know what? Wasn't terrible.
Written using data.win and the Undertale mod tool, and I'd like to focus on that for today's code review. Now, I know that a lot of people might be thinking, why are you doing a review on old code? Well, I decided to compare that 2018 version of the code that Thor himself distributed with the code available in the demo version of Heartbound, and at least at the places that I found major issues, there wasn't any difference. Now, I also want to stress that this video is going to be made in line with my own values as a developer. That being that we are reviewing mistakes so that others can learn from them. And in doing so, I will be providing alternative solutions. That doesn't mean that my solutions are the best improvement that can be made or a silver bullet that can apply in every scenario.
Just a learning experience, guys. It's not just to shit on Pirate Software as well. It's just so helping us learn, bro. I'm excited to learn. This is good. Like, I don't know fuck all about coding, so I'm excited to learn some new shit.
But it will give you an idea for a general direction that you might want to take your own project in case you encounter similar issues throughout your development. Now, I'm going to be categorizing issues in this review based off their priority or severity, rather. So we're going to be starting with large or major issues, then going to medium or intermediate issues, and then ending off with small or minor issues. So let's get into it.
Oh, shit.
I want to start by observing his lighting and
I commented, Quinn is looking very healthy and he's lost weight. See?
engine by taking a look at the file draw light. Thor loops over every pixel in a sprite, checking if each pixel touches or overlaps with a certain object. If it does, it then applies a light effect repeatedly, and with each repeat, it makes that light fade more diffuse. He then draws said colored pixels at that location to simulate the light fall off. Now, he actually checks collisions twice for each pixel, and he doesn't have any early exit should his second instance of that check.
Amateur mistake, as you can see here. Obviously, this is not efficient, guys. Clearly.
Not execute.
Clearly.
How do we improve upon the code here? Well, we really don't. We throw it out in favor of layers, surfaces, and shaders.
But yeah, this is a terrible way of doing it. I drew, what, like 5 pixels here? This is like super scaled up. A sprite like this would be like hundreds and hundreds of pixels. And to check each of them on the X and the Y like coordinate, like every single frame for every single like object doing this is gonna be like abysmal for performance.
I mean, what are you, poor, bro? Just get a fucking Starforge PC and you can run that shit. Like, I mean, just get a better computer, bro. Like, you pussy. What do you... I mean, doesn't matter if it's a fucking pixel game, though. So he's, like, so his shit is super inefficient, does the whole thing. He said, like, do it all over again and a bunch of shit. Whereas this other one is much more efficient. It only computes absolutely what it needs to. It doesn't fucking matter. Because I played his game and it was, like, performance... I mean, outside of, like, of course, it doesn't sound when it's borderless and I had, like, some weird issues with the menu, but once I got into the game, it ran fine. It ran fine.
What I'm saying is this sort of method supports, like, any shapes and any orientation, and it's much better for performance, like, drastically.
To really reinforce...
Basically, guys, Pyro software bad. Okay.
I'm not on the bandwagon of that.
Coding is bad.
As I said, I'm watching this because it's Quinn 69 and I'm waiting for a dungeon.
Here. This is a 800 by 100 sprite. So somewhat large, but not absurdly large, and is not something that's like unrealistic to see in actual projects by any means. I've added it here to this room. It's using this lighting script to draw sort of a gradient of light over it. So we're gonna see what happens when I run the project. We have kind of a gradient rectangle basically, but I don't know if you notice something. We are getting less than 20
what
FPS.
The fuck?
That code is running the collision check and the drawing the pixels 80,000 times. I've also gone and created the system that I had previously described that involves using surfaces. So here it is. It's the same sprite, the same rectangle, except it's using this other lighting system.
Non-dog shit code.
This one right here that I've created. So let's see what happens when I run this project. As you can see, it looks basically the same, except oh wow, our FPS is actually there. I'm actually going to run this in debug mode, and debug mode will allow us to run a profiler, which actually will tell us basically what percentage of performance each one of these objects are using. This was the lighting code created by Pirate Software. It is using 99.675%
I can't see, I don't have my glasses on.
of performance.
What did it say?
99.675% of performance.
Yeah, he's getting the bang for his buck, okay, bro. Don't get it. Did he need some high quality gradients, boy? He didn't want some fucking efficient gradients.
Roughly. This is the implementation that I came up with, and I'll note it's really nothing complex. It's not super difficult, I think, for most people to make something similar. The idea is pretty clear here. Just how absolutely abysmal this is for performance.
I now want to move on to an issue that I would classify as having medium severity, and that is the way that Pirate structures dialogue in this game.
Okay.
Now, the way that he does so is via a two-dimensional array called dialogue array, similar to the one-dimensional array that he had for his event timeline. For every single language and
this dude just got a video just deconstructing Parasit's game, and now it's like dog shit coding. Like, he's like, the dialogue structure of the game. Like, what are we watching, bro? This is crazy.
Every scene, he checks in a GML file that contains this 2D dialogue array. This adds a lot of bloat to your code, makes it less navigatable, and also it limits scalability. So as you can see here, each language in each scene has its own file.
Okay.
He also has another 2D array called voice list. Now, the first index of voice list is character, and the second is the emotion that character feels. As you can see, if character 1 has emotion 2, well then this is the sound file that he refers to. If character 1 has emotion...
It's basically like, it's like he's creating his first game project, right? It's basically like it's like a guy who doesn't really know what he's doing, creating his first game project, and he's not doing it efficiently. He's making lots of mistakes, and and no one would care if he wasn't parading himself around as some sort of god coder.
Exactly. That's perfectly what I was thinking.
I'm a game industry vet of 20 years. I'm an authority figure. Listen to me, boys. I worked at Blizzard 7 years. So then it just makes him look like a massive clown when you actually look at all this shit. I mean, that's effectively what it is. It's all it's the exact same thing, right? With the World of Warcraft shit. No one would have cared if he's like, yo, I'm just bad at the game, bro. I'm fucking panicked. I did the wrong thing. No one would care, but it was the fact he's saying, I did nothing wrong. I was playing perfectly. What do you want me to do? Like that whole same... It's the same exact mechanic that he keeps doing. Like, why? Why? What is it? It's like just some turbo, insane, huge, overinflated ego that's completely detached from reality. Completely detached.
19, well, then I guess this magic number just needs to do. Now, how did I know that the first index is a character and the second is the emotion? Well, I wouldn't know just by looking at this. I would have to search for voice list, and it just so happens that this is the only part of his code where I'm able to tell that the first index is character index and the second index is the selected emotion for that character. What I would do, instead of checking in these files, would be to ship them with my game's local files and assets. I would then partition the dialogue assets by localization.
Get good, noob.
Notice how in my chapter1.json file, we have scenes. And scenes has multiple keys, each the name of a particular scene.
Look at the dialogue, dude. Speaking Ralph, dialogue at E1. But then I worked at Blizzard. Did I mention that before? Emotion happy. Text. You did over 13 times just yesterday. Next scene, Blizzard rants. No, you didn't. Next scene, denial response. I can't hear you. I'm out of mana. Next scene, mana joke.
There's really 101 ways to build up on what I just suggested. None of what I mentioned includes obfuscation or saving of dialogue options, but it's better than what exists currently. In fact, it's probably the bare minimum you'd expect from somebody with 8 years of experience in GameMaker. Now let's move on to the minor category. There are several things I'd like to bring up, and I'll try to do so as quickly as possible. My first criticism is useless code. Thor's code is littered with it. Take a look at this case, for example. It contains a switch statement that switches on an object index, but doesn't actually do anything with that index. Instead, it defaults to the damage polarity, either 1 or -1. I've never seen anybody write code like this. Interns that I've mentored, junior developers. It's just really odd and doesn't do anything. A static code analyzer will
You
most
wouldn't
likely...
know, bro. Okay. There was a lot of switches in the Second Life. They had all sorts of different physics on the, genitals. Okay. You just wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it, little gup. All right.
Pick up on this. Many IDEs either come with them built in or support third-party static code tools. So if you're not already using one, consider doing so. You'd also think that a game as art-rich as this would have some sort of color palette instead of just hard-coding colors. The next is unexplained constants. They are everywhere. I brought this up in my original video, and a lot of people said that the magic numbers I referred to weren't really magic numbers because you can use IntelliSense to tell what the actual parameter names are associated with those numbers. Putting aside the fact that nobody should need to hover over a method for 2 seconds to tell what the actual parameters stand for, let alone do this for over 20 methods, magic numbers in their purest form are everywhere in Thor's code. There's at least half a dozen in each file, maybe even more. Take a look at the 100 million here for active color, or the 765 that aren't really explained. In many places where Thor performs I/O operations, he never first checks whether or not that file exists or whether or not he has permissions to read from or write to that file. Therefore, he never actually handles any exceptions or errors that may result from said operations.
Again, he wouldn't get it. He didn't win the hackathon, bro. Okay, you didn't win the hack. You did. This is some like high level hack tier shit. You didn't need pirate stuff. We don't need no permissions, homie.
I want to make this very clear. If this is your first time coding, good on you. The purpose of this channel is not to discourage, it's to encourage. But what we're seeing here is a repeated pattern of behavior of somebody that claims to have over 8 years worth of experience, at least in Game Maker, and 20 years of experience in the game industry as a developer. But
basically, he's just full of shit. This is a TLDR, right? He's just full of shit. He's just completely full of shit. He's basically getting outed for like just being completely fake, 100%. And this is like Elon Musk getting. It's the exact one-to-one, right? Elon Musk says he's this rank 1 Quake guy. He says he's fucking rank 1 thing, and then he goes in and you see the reality. Oh, he's clearly full of shit. He has no idea what he's doing. He's completely clueless. Anyone who's like a vet, right, a vet gamer, can watch him play Path of Exile and realize this guy has no idea what he's doing. He doesn't even know how to open up a map. And this is the equivalent, right? This is like a pro gamer, except he's a pro coder, and he's looking at this guy's code. And, you know, he's able to see, like, yeah, this guy has no idea what he's doing. He's clearly not a 28-year vet. He's clearly full of shit, and he's just parading himself around as some sort of coder hacking demon, but he's just, yeah, a complete lying bozo. It's one of those things. Except in Elon's case, he just got a bunch of vegans who are just going to agree with him regardless. Whereas in Pyro's case, it appears that the entire internet is turned against him. But he still keeps doubling down.
To how much experience they should have, how much they brag about their accomplishments, there's a massive incongruity between what they can produce and who they say they are. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It goes a long way. If you guys would like to go above and beyond, consider becoming a member or patron. You guys get access to a bunch of really cool and exclusive perks. I want to shout out GeekyBit, Level 5 Fish, and Kevin Core Devs for helping to make this video a reality. For those of you that want to check out their links, those of them that want to feature their links will have their links featured on screen.
Little bit technical, that one. Little bit technical for sure. Little bit technical. There we go. This pirate software, the video, dude. He's got a response. Oh, shit. There's a pirate response. There's a pirate response. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is he doing the double down thing? Here we go, dude. Here we go. Oh, shit. Coding Jesus criticizes Power Software, saying he should have written his code in an efficient way. Kindly note that the Thor's game runs efficiently even on a refrigerator. Yet they aren't satisfied as their intention is to provide constructive criticism. It's something else. Had a few thousand people dogpiloted my stream about this today. I chose to do pixel by pixel CPU-based lighting based over shader to ensure the system was compatible with machines that could not compile shaders. This was helpful for a number of regions such as Brazil. The game has been very popular. Brazil, dude! He's doing it for the Brazilians! Confirmed. Bounce native functional resolution is 360p, meaning the normal lighting assets are less than 100 on the high end. In no time would any asset be 800 pixels wide, as such, the performance benchmark they made is
I didn't expect to see the actual response.
Meaningless. The lighting was used when used correctly, increases CPU usage of a baseline a negligible amount, but runs on both smart fridge and handhelds with zero performance issues. What they did is like driving a manual. not knowing how to use the clutch, and then blaming the car. Yo, dude, fucking destroyed him, bro. Fucking destroyed. But wait, I don't get it. So, okay. So these other guys made some way more efficient shit, but actually, wait, it requires the ability to compile. So who can't compile? What can't compile? Which machines can't compile shaders? Is the smart fridges? So the people who are trying to play this game on a smart fridge? People in Brazil can't compile shaders. Why can't Brazilians compile shaders? The thing is, at the end of the day, do you know what? Pyro's not wrong. If it works, it kind of works, right? Which is what I was saying when I played the game. I wasn't lagging. You know, outside of I did have compatibility issues, like opening it up and trying to get the resolution right and trying to get. But once I got into the game, it did work perfectly fine. All of this written in GMS 1.4 back in 2018. A massive number of modern features in GM didn't exist back then. Updating this now, we give trivial benefits to performance without any gameplay improvements. The framework is functional, performant, and shipped. It does not need to change the result. Dude, the way he types is so annoying. I love it. I love it, dude. Just the way he writes it is next level. The only bottleneck in development is writing. Choose your own adventure game and take.
Keep our arrow door watches the first stone. Let's see if she's learned from me in our time together.
Fucking microphone, man.
I'd say it feels like
I just checked when the other mic's gonna be delivered. Should be a day or two.
You're going to fight your way through all of the keepers? How amusing! They are stronger than they once were, you know.
Holy shit, where's my mana gone?
I'm impressed with the keepers. It takes a strong will to control a Daedra of that size. I wonder what Daedra you could bend to your will.
I'm actually really kind of hyped to like get this character good. I can feel it starting to come together. We just need to do a different soul skill. Wait, what? You need to remember to auto attack weave as well. We also don't have any AoE. I mean, a smart person would probably put a second bar. But I kind of don't want to put second bar.
Lies ahead. I never liked him. He hums off-key. How I marvel at your efficiency. You really are quite good at killing keepers. Here, let me take you. Daedric power is not granted cheaply. The Keepers are paying for their new powers with their service to me.
Oh, share cooldowns.
slaughter Daedra and keep her alike. How much more powerful could you be made with my gifts? You are excellent.
Where's this? How is he getting these dogs? I want the dogs.
You've returned.
I've wanted this for so very long. Now get out of my way! All of Tamriel will learn I am free when I set the land ablaze.
I want to play like an archer with dogs like that. That sounds really fun. Holy!
Many paths await us.
The old elf didn't give you hope. You're...
All right.
Weeks to do the writing and implementation is roughly an hour for 3 weeks of writing or more. Okay, the framework is what it needs to be: quick, harmless, out of the way, and easy to develop, so I can focus on content, bro. Yeah, dude, that 8% every year, baby. Let's get it. Let's get that 8% a year, baby. Doing all this off decompiled code and proudly displaying that is dubious at best. The number of oddities present in their examples that are not in the source. The legality of doing this is also subject. Ooh. At no time I give permission for decompilation, nor is the source code publicly available. Oh, he's gonna fucking sue you, bro. He's gonna fucking sue you, bro. I've been releasing monthly updates for Outbound since January. All of these can be seen in the Steam announcements on the games page. And the last one's May 28th, June update. I release it. Okay, there we go. All these videos have done is mislead an audience of hundreds of thousands, well, millions, on the inner workings of a piece of software. They did this using bias and sometimes false information in order to push a narrative that I'm completely incompetent in my field. Well, that's what it seems like, right? Everything I'm seeing, it seems like you're massively incompetent, right? I feel like that seems to be the case.
How long ago was this?
Who should work in the pyramids? You have to bring scientists from a museum, from a university, but you cannot bring an amateur from New York or London.
You want to squash debate involving, you know, conspiracy theorists and everything. All we gotta do is go in and look. We know where it's at. We could drill a hole. This.
That's not for now. We don't need to watch that for now.
This is doable.
This is the pyramid of Egypt. This is something valuable. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Yep.
You just can go and boom and drill like this.
When you were on Joe Rogan, you said that you didn't know what Zep Tepi was. And as the premier Egyptologist in the world, you do know the Egyptian creation myth. Would you mind just explaining it to us real quick so that to kind of vindicate yourself and show the world you do know what Zep Tepi is?
I teach the Egyptian creation, but I am saying this term that you're talking about, I never heard of it.
Are you saying on the record there has been no exploration in the way that Jimmy Corsetti says?
Jimmy, this conspiracy theory that you do have is wrong, completely. We are not hiding anything.
To his legion of admirers, Dr. Zahi Hawass is the world's top expert on Egypt's mighty pyramids, and for good reason. Throughout an illustrious career, Dr. Hawass has served as the Chief Inspector of the Great Pyramids, Director General of the Giza Monuments, and the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities in Egypt. His book, Giza and the Pyramids, is considered the definitive account. But to his critics, he's an academic gatekeeper, an elitist of Egyptology who is preventing others from interrogating the real truth about how, when, and why the pyramids were built. Many in Joe Rogan's audience felt that way after his appearance earlier this year.
Most of the information that's written on pyramids are wrong.
Most of it?
Most of it.
In archaeology books?
In archaeology books.
Really?
Except me and Mark Leaner.
You guys are the only ones that have it right?
Because have been working in Giza for the last 57 years of my life. I excavated every bit of sand.
Well, in this special edition of Uncensored, Dr. Zahi Hawass will join me to discuss his incredible work, and we'll be joined by 2 of his most high-profile critics from the alternative archaeology community who say the truth about the pyramids has yet to be revealed. And we'll bring those 2 gentlemen in shortly. But first of all, Dr. Hawass, welcome to Uncensored. Let me just ask you, first of all, what was your reaction to the reaction you got when you appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast? Because a lot of it was very negative.
No, when I give any talk about pyramids, I expect the person who interview me to read about pyramids or to read about our work. I am sorry, when I did this last interview, I didn't see that Mr. Rogan did really read anything that we published. And that's why I was trying to refer to our excavation, to our book, and so. But I'm sorry that he said that this show was the worst he did, and after that he said it was good. It's his opinion, but I do, when I talk about evidence of how the Egyptian built the pyramids, I present all the archaeological evidence that I do have. In the other side, I don't see any evidence that anyone can give me to say that pyramids built by so-and-so. And that was my point. My point that I have been excavating in Egypt for the last 57 years. I excavated every piece of sand at Giza Plateau. Then when I present a theory or any idea, I present it with evidence. I'm not talking about something on air. No, I'm talking about what we have been discovered at Giza for the last 50 years.
But let me ask you, if you don't mind me just quibbling about one thing, have you really examined every grain of sand at Giza?
We did. You know, I have to tell you.
How many grains are there?
I discovered west of the Great Pyramid about 20 tombs. One of them mentioned in the Wad al-Jarf papyri that talking about building the pyramid by someone whose name was Mirror. We found the tombs of the pyramid builders at Giza. Big, major, important discovery. We found the tombs in the upper cemetery for the technicians with titles in hieroglyphic. Each title has to do with building the pyramid. The lower cemetery for the workmen who moved the stones. And next to this, Mark Leaner excavated an area for sorting salted fish, the bakery for making bread, the houses and the villages that the workmen lived. Then we do, I can talk to you. This is what I'm doing in the States now. This is top number 25 for me in my lecture in America, that really I'm presenting to the people all the evidence that we do have to say that Khufu built this pyramid. And this pyramid did not appear at once. No.
But the key recent discovery that I believe you've made public is that it's always been traditionally assumed that the pyramids were built by 100,000 slaves. But you've done some research recently that you believe contradicts that theory. Your team unearthed tombs near the pyramids, you just touched on that suggest they were in fact built by highly skilled, paid laborers under a strict regime and were not actually slaves, because the slaves, you've argued, wouldn't have had formal burial in close proximity to the pyramids. So, A, just explain that to me, and B, explain why this is such a significant discovery in your opinion.
Okay. When we discovered the tombs of the pyramid builders, this discovery, based on the names that we found inside the upper cemetery, I can tell you that pyramids were built by the ancient Egyptian, because all the names that we found were Egyptian names. The second important thing, that there were no slaves. If there were slaves, the workmen will never be buried in the shadow of the pyramids. If there were slaves, they will never prepare their tombs for eternity like kings and queens. I want to tell you one important thing. There is a big difference between slavery in America in the past and Europe and in Egypt. In America and Europe, you can own a person. In ancient Egypt, you can have a servant working for you. Because I found one tomb west of the Great Pyramid. It's for a priest. His name is Kai. And at the entrance of his tomb, he's saying the following: I built my tomb. I hired workmen, sculptors, and artisans. I paid them beer and bread. I made them to be happy. And that's really an evidence to tell you that we have to understand the meaning of slavery in ancient Egypt. There was no slavery in ancient Egypt.
But that, I mean, it does seem to me, if you don't mind me saying, Dr. Hawass, you know, I listen, I bow to your far greater expertise than me. You've written a 1,000-page book on Giza alone. So, you know, I'm not going to try and quibble with you about the history of the pyramids or anything. I would simply say it seems to me more logical, and correct me if I'm wrong here, more logical that, yes, I totally can see that a lot of the local artisans and others would be brought in on this incredible project. But is it not really stretching credibility that they would not have also used what we would categorize as slaves in some capacity? Because the work was so onerous, so tough, so hard, and it would take 100,000 or more people. Were there really 100,000 artisans prepared to do that kind of heavy-duty work? Or is it not more likely that it was a mix of the two?
The number of the workmen that were involved in construction of the pyramid, based on our excavation, were only 10,000 workmen. And we have to understand that the Egyptians, before they began to build the pyramid, they had to make a big type of administration. They had to make a big type of administration to cut a canal, to cut the harbor, for bringing stones from Aswan, from Torah, to set the workmen area. And this is why the 100,000 workmen were set by Herodotus, the father of the history, who came to Egypt in the middle of the 5th century BC. And Herodotus used to hear from guides. Then there is not any evidence of the 100,000. But we do believe, based on our work, and our work on the discovery of the tombs of the pyramid builders and the workmen installation, that the workmen were only 10,000 workmen.
But I find that, I'm not questioning your research. I'm simply raising a quizzical eye. For example, the World Cup football recently took place in Qatar. I went out there for it. And they built a number of stadiums over a few years. But I think they had around 10,000 people building those football stadiums. There's no comparison in the complexity and size of these stadiums to the pyramids, and they had all the benefit of modern technology to help them. So this idea that you could have the same number of people that built the World Cup stadiums for Qatar, and you could do the pyramids with them back in ancient times, it doesn't seem plausible to me. You've probably seen the viral videos of a North Korean phone that secretly takes screenshots every 5 minutes, which are only accessible by authorities. You probably thought it could never happen here. But your data is not as secure as you think. Data brokers monitor all online activity, what you click, what you buy, and who you talk to. It can be sold to advertisers or even scammers. Well, ExpressVPN is a powerful tool in your defense. It hides your IP address and encrypts internet traffic, making it unreadable to the brokers and hackers, especially on public Wi-Fi. It's easy to use, it works on all devices, and one subscription covers 8 devices. I've used it myself for many years now. Right now, you can get an extra 4 months of ExpressVPN for free. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to expressvpn.com/peers and get 4 extra months for free. That's expressvpn.com/peers.
No, one thing I want to tell you, and this is what I'm saying always in my lectures. I'm saying, if you stood in front of the Great Pyramid today and you look at it, you will never believe that any human being can build it. Why? Because you don't know. And number 2, we have to understand one thing, that the construction of the pyramid was a national project of the whole nation. The 3 million who lived in Egypt in that time, in the time of Khufu, participated in building the pyramid to make the king as a god. Then can you believe moving an obelisk from Aswan to Hatshepsut temple?
It's incredible.
It took 7 months. It took 7 months. And this can be, it's depicted in the temple of Hatshepsut, showing how they cut this obelisk, how they transported the obelisk on boats. It explains how they worked it for 7 months because they want to make the king as a god. And this is why the households in Upper and Lower Egypt, all of them participated in sending workforce and food to help the king. In return, they did not pay taxes. Then the organization of building the pyramid, as we can see, the major problem that people look at Khufu pyramid only. They don't look what happened before and what happened after. If you see how they started, you see there is no gap in the Egyptian history at all to make anyone to think there is something we could argue about.
Okay, well look, before I bring in the other two panel members, I want to play you a clip. This is from when I had the world famous Graham Hancock on Uncensored.
In this video, we're going to talk about prompting. We're going to talk about
really want to achieve.
you can get more of what
is the goal?
Most of all,
opinions
what I would like to
gadget
achieve
and
is for
explaining it.
archaeologists to engage with my work without smearing me, without calling me a racist and a white supremacist and a misogynist and an anti-Semite. All of these words were applied to me.
So I guess my question there, Dr. Hawass, is do you have an objection to people like Graham Hancock having their own theories about the pyramids because they're not actually from the Middle East, because they're white guys from England?
At all. First, you have to understand that Egyptology, you have hundreds of American Egyptologists and French and German who are not only the Egyptian Egyptologists. And by the way, I debated Graham Hancock and John Anthony West and Robert Bofal many times in many places. I met Graham in Egypt. I invited him for dinner. And I talked to him. And I ask Graham all the time, if you do have evidence of what you believe on the date of the pyramids and moving stones, you don't have any evidence. If he give me one single evidence, I will accept that. You know, I won't tell you about moving stones. We do have a scene from the Old Kingdom talking about moving stones. In the Middle Kingdom, a statue, 60 tons, 170 Egyptian dragging the statue. The Hatshepsut obelisk, all this can tell us how the
Let me ask you, let me ask you, why do we not, given we've got technology these days which can go incredibly deep, why don't we just go under the pyramids and go right deep, right down, and really get to the bottom of this? What's the objection to doing that?
I don't, but they have to understand, we are working right now 2 major expeditions. One from England, working under me, and one called Scan Pyramids. We are using the most sophisticated techniques to understand and to discover the voice inside the pyramid. Discoveries that will reveal until now many of it, and there is others will reveal later. Then we are not objecting, but who should work in the pyramids? You have to bring scientists from a museum, from a university, but you cannot bring an amateur from New York or London to come and work in scientific.
Okay, well, that's quite interesting, because what they say, of course, is that it's a bit of a carve-up and that you guys are the pyramid establishment and you don't like outsiders because you don't want them contradicting your narrative. So look, let's bring in the other two guests. Joining us now, 2 independent researchers and investigators of lost ancient history. Jimmy Corsetti, the host of the Bright Insight YouTube channel, and from the debunking channel, Dan Richards. Welcome to both of you. We've had you both on before, of course. Jimmy Corsetti, what would you like to say to Dr. Hawass about his recent revelation from his team's research that they believe the pyramids were not built by slaves, and there weren't 100,000, there were about 10,000, and they were artisans at the time?
To be honest, well, let me first say Pierce, thank you for having me back on, and Zahi, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. There's a few things I take issue with what he had said. First of all, this Scan Pyramids project, that initial discovery was back in 2016, and it was corroborated into a published study in 2017. Well, when you look from 2016 to 2025, that's 9 years ago. That's almost a decade. And I'm trying to understand why we wouldn't have drilled a half-inch diameter hole and sent in a endoscope camera into this hidden chamber. Because let's not forget that the Great Pyramid of Giza is arguably the most mysterious and debated structure in all of human history. We don't know exactly how it was constructed. And in fact, how it was constructed is one of the most debated topics. Another debated topic is whether it was actually built to be a tomb for the pharaohs, because after all, we never found any mummy in any Egyptian pyramid ever. So with those two significant points of debate, we could squash those debates by simply going in and exploring it. So I guess I have a question for Dr. Hawass at this time, which is, why haven't we drilled into that hidden chamber? When will we do it? And the third question is, has it already been done so in secret?
Wow, great questions. All right, Dr. Hawass, your response.
Now, number one, you have to understand, until today is in July 2025, we still have the Scan Pyramid team are working. You know that they found behind the main entrance the corridor, and they found above the Grand Gallery the big void. And the Egyptian team, the English team that working under me, they found some important voids. And in archaeology, you have to be patient. You have to study how are you going to drill, or the new techniques that they're using. The new techniques that they're using, like ultrasound and infrared, penetrating radar, all of this, you do not need to drill anymore. You can see what's behind a wall, because the English team from London and Sean, who's working for me, they found a void behind the northern entrance of the Queen Chamber with hieroglyphic signs. We are studying now how can we approach all these voids. But you have to understand one thing: we are not making anything secret. We advertise everything that we discover. We found above the King Chamber, in the 5 chambers, relieving chambers, 2 more names of the gangs who built the pyramids. And we found year 13 of Khufu's reign. And this is what I'm talking about in my lecture in the States now. This is my number 25 lecture that I am publishing, announcing to the public everything that we discover inside the Great Pyramid. Nothing is secret.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good to have that clarified. If you're stressed about back taxes, miss the April deadline, or your books are a mess, well, don't wait. The IRS is cracking down. Penalties add up fast, 5% per month, and up to 25% for not filing. Tax Network USA can help. They've assisted thousands of Americans, from employees to business owners and people who haven't filed for years. They have direct access to powerful IRS programs and expert negotiators on your side. Tax Network USA knows how to win. You'll get a free consultation, and they may even be able to reduce or eliminate what you owe. So don't wait for the next IRS letter. Call 800-958-1000. Don't wait. Or visit tnusa.com/peers. tnusa.com/peers for expert help on your taxes. Can I just ask you, just on a personal level, about one thing that's constantly put out there as to whether you believe this is true? That the Great Pyramid of Giza is claimed to have a correlation with the Earth's circumference and polar radius, based on the idea that multiplying the pyramid's perimeter.
I'm going to call it here. I'm going to sort my try and sort some sort of clips out. Obviously, I've finished watching this off stream, and I will be back tomorrow. I was gonna say possibly later on. Huh. Well,
43.
I'll tell you what. We'll finish watching this.
200 equals the Earth's equatorial circumference, and multiplying its height by 43,200 equals the Earth's polar radius. So that this number, 43,200, is also related to the precession of the Earth's axis. Is that all true?
You know, I'm not objecting any theory, but you have to understand, every day I hear a theory about a pyramid. Sometimes
But
I
that one is,
answer
I mean,
them.
that
You
one
know,
is
for
an
the last
amazing
3 months.
theory. If that theory is true, it is
What was it?
If you're stressed about 53,200 equals the Earth 200, on the idea that multiplying the pyramid's perimeter by 43,200 equals the Earth's equatorial circumference, and multiplying its height by 43,200 equals the Earth's polar radius. So that this number, 43,200, is also related to the precession of the Earth's axis. Is that all true?
You know, I'm not objecting any theory, but you have to understand, every day I hear a theory about a pyramid. Sometimes
But
I
that one
answer
is, I mean,
them.
that
You
one
know,
is
for
an
the last
amazing
3 months.
theory. If that theory is true, it is mind-blowing. Do you think it's true?
No one send it to me. I will study it, and I will.
Have you not heard it?
It's the same number on the Sumerian kings list. 43,200 has been seen in ancient history inexplicably, and the Sumerians are the earliest document human civilization we have, and that number ties in with them. Real quick, I'm sorry, but Zahi, you didn't answer my prior question. Have you guys gone in and explored that hidden chamber? And if not, when will you be doing so? Because to be honest, we could do it by the end of the weekend. It's not difficult to drill a half-inch diameter hole and send in an endoscope here. So have we been in there? And if not, when are we going, brother? I need to know. This will answer all of our questions. If you want to squash debate involving, you know, the conspiracy theorists and everything, all we got to do is go in and look. We know where it's at. We could drill a hole. This is doable.
Yeah, I agree. Why can't you just go in?
I answered your question, and I said.
So you're saying we have not gone in and explored that chamber. Is that correct?
Can you please let me to answer you?
Yes.
I already answered you, and I said, all these voids that we found, the Scan Pyramid team and the English team, right now, we are discussing and studying how we are going to get in. You cannot just go in directly like this. You have to make a study. You have to research it. You have to decide as a scientist, when can you do it? And when we can use it,
been 9 years.
We do that, we can.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
brother.
I mean, look, we sent rockets. We sent
no,
rockets
you
to
are
the.
wrong.
Hang on,
You are
Dr.
wrong.
Dr.
I'm
Hawas,
sorry.
we have sent rockets to the moon since the 60s. I mean, the idea we can get to the moon in space rockets, but we can't get inside a chamber of a tomb in a pyramid. I mean, come on.
Do you want me to answer now or still any talk? I told you what we found inside the Great Pyramid. And I told you, this year, 2025, is the year that we are studying how can we enter inside these voids. And he said, 9 years. Yes, it can take more than 9 years. This is the pyramid of Egypt. This is something valuable. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Yep.
You just can go and boom and drill like this. You have to be sure that this drill is important to discover something.
Okay.
But it's not 9 years. We have been working since 9 years until today.
I hear you. Let me bring in Dan Richards. Dan, what would you like to say to Dr. Hawas? Because there's been a kind of raging conflict between what people see as the establishment Egyptologists who have kind of access and control, and then all you guys who would probably love to get that kind of access and control but don't have it. What do you view about what he's been saying?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Pierce. It's good to meet you, Zahi. I have a quick. When you were on Joe Rogan, you said that you didn't know what Zep Tepi was. And I figured I would give you a chance. I would imagine, as the premier Egyptologist in the world, you do know the Egyptian creation myth. Would you mind just explaining it to us real quick, so that to kind of vindicate yourself and show the world you do know what Zep Tepi is?
No, I mean, I know about the ancient Egyptian creation, but maybe I don't know this term. But what
Okay,
I'm
it's,
saying, what this has to do with what we are discussing now.
Oh, it's very important because I mean, it's the ancient Egyptian creation myth involves the primeval mound, right? And this is a symbolic bend.
Exactly.
This is something you're going to see all over the ancient world. So that term Zep Tepi is you see it in Egyptian without the vowels, but it's the Egyptian creation myth. So it's kind of important. It's a very important lens to use when you're interpreting these artifacts. So when you were on Joe Rogan and he asked you what it was, and you said you didn't know what it was, that so honestly, if you wouldn't mind, it's a good chance to vindicate yourself. And
no, I teach the Egyptian creation, but I'm saying this term that you're talking about, I never heard of it. Maybe it is not in, I never heard it in the world of Egyptology. Maybe it's between the others, but I can tell you about creation, how the Egyptians created this world. But I don't understand why this has to do with the pyramid now that we're discussing.
Let me ask Dan, let me ask you just on the wider point of the recent discovery by Dr. Hawass, or the claim from the research, that there were no slaves involved in the building of the pyramids.
That, to me, that's ludicrous. I mean, I worked construction for a long time, and they're using the food and the graves and stuff. And I mean, I saw many construction workers eating McDonald's while there was other construction workers eating steak. It just depends on if he's a foreman, if he's an engineer, or if he's just a grunt. The painters don't eat as good as the electricians, who don't eat as good as the engineers and the architects. So, you know, having 10,000 people buried in the shade of the pyramid in a grave, mind you, that only says they worked for Khufu. It never says that they built the pyramids. So that's a stretch. It's an assumption that these are pyramid builder graves. But in addition to that, there could be graves of tens of thousands of slaves off the site that haven't been discovered, that were doing all of the grunt work while somebody else was holding the plumb bob. So to me, it's ludicrous to say there were no slaves involved.
But to be clear, and to be fair to Dr. Hawass, you don't know for a fact that it's not true, do you? What are you saying?
Of course not. That's ancient history, right? We can all speculate, we can all spitball, but the only things we really know are carbon dating and written records, kind of, sort of. But I mean, we fudge written records all the time, even today. So,
all right, Jimmy, you raised your hand.
I completely agree with everything that Dan just said. However, something very important for all of us to be humbled by is the fact that the Great Pyramids of Giza were allegedly created by the Old Kingdom. And there's a few things that need to be considered when we discuss what we think we know and what we don't know about the pyramid's construction, which is that after the pyramid's construction, there was 3 other changes of kingdom within Egypt: Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, New Kingdom. And between them are missing chapters of human history within Egypt. For example, between the Old Kingdom and the Middle Kingdom is approximately 126 years of completely missing history. It's conjecture. We think that it may have been a revolt within Egypt, a civil war, but something happened to completely overthrow the 4th dynasty going into the 5th dynasty. And then between the Middle Kingdom and the New Kingdom is approximately 186 years of missing history. So the point that I'm making is that within each of those 2 chapters of missing history, that's longer than any human lifespan. It's multiple generations, which means that nobody was alive afterwards to say what was happening before. We have absolutely no idea how the pyramids were constructed, how, or even precisely when. And actually, I should point out that, Zahi, you mentioned about the movement of stones, and you cited that 60-ton stone that they depict being moved on a wooden sledge. Well, that is only 60 tons, whereas the Egyptians had moved the 1,000 metric ton Ramesseum statue. 1,000 metric tons is well over 2.2 million pounds, and it was inexplicably moved approximately 170 miles from Aswan to Luxor. That is 17 times heavier than that statue that you repeatedly cite. Not twice as heavy, not 5 times as heavy, not 10 times as heavy, 17 times heavier. And are we to pretend that wooden sleds are infinitely scalable? The reality is that there is a mystery here. We don't know how they constructed the pyramids. We don't know how they lifted and stacked 80-ton stones 300 feet above the ground. And again, I just would like your clarification. Are you saying that there has been no exploration into any of those hidden voids yet above the Grand Gallery? Can you tell me in good faith that you're certain that nobody within the Egypt Ministry of Antiquities has explored that yet?
Okay, well, a lot to unpack there. So first of all...
Yes or no, Zahi? Sorry, Piers.
Dr. Hawass, answer that last question definitively. You've been asked it directly. Are you saying on the record there has been no exploration in the way that Jimmy Corsetti says?
Jimmy, I want you to understand, this conspiracy theory that you do have is wrong completely. We do not hide anything. If the Egyptian, listen, if we do have any evidence that pyramids are back 15,000 years old, what's wrong with this? We'll announce this. We are not against anything, but what I am saying, we are not hiding anything. And you have to know this. Your theory that we have something that we hide is not true. Always any discovery and any excavation. We are not hiding anything. I want you to know
what
this.
about the second? Okay, but what about Well,
yes,
what about?
no?
Hang on. What about the second point that Jimmy made, which is surrounding the Ramesseum, which was 1,000 tons? How did that get moved?
You know, I want to tell you one thing. I can give you 3 evidence of moving stones. We have the Wadi al-Jarf papyri. Do you know anything about this papyri? The papyri is talking
I'm sure they
about
do.
an overseer of a workman who went to Tortura to cut the white fine limestone for the casing of the pyramid. And he talked about his
small
boss.
stones.
His name is
Those
Didi.
stones are like
that we
4 to
found
6
his
tons
tomb.
at the most.
You have in the Middle Kingdom.
And by the way, when it comes to that
So,
papyrus you keep
moving
talking
and
about, it says
please
absolutely, the word
I
pyramid
gave
is
you-
not mentioned one
I
single
gave you
time.
the answer. You did not. I gave you the time to talk. Give me the time to answer you, please.
You never said yes or
I'm
no, though,
saying-
to that prior question about exploring
can't
that
hear
pyramid.
you.
You didn't say yes or no. You said there's no secrets, but yes or no, have you been in there?
I told you we are not. We did the point. We are talking now. We are searching now. We are discussing now. How can we enter this void? Then
I know that that's
had
true,
the voids.
but have you done it yet?
No, I told you this year it will happen. It will happen this year before the end of 2025 and the beginning of the year. We are going to show all the voids inside the pyramid.
All right, Dr.
live
Hawass, let me ask
in
you.
a TV.
Dr. Hawass, let me ask you. What is the one thing you are desperate to discover about the pyramids which you've never been able to answer yourself?
Number one, I want to tell Jimmy that we found all the evidence of how the Great Pyramid was built. Completely.
No,
we don't
because
really
you haven't
have
explained how they
any.
lifted and stacked 80-ton stones 300 feet above the ground, and prior to that, they were moved 500 miles from Aswan.
We have it shown. We have it shown in scenes in tombs in the Middle Kingdom and the New Kingdom and the Old Kingdom. You have to go and read. You have to go and read about this. But number two,
which tomb?
What
I already know
really
that that's not true, but I know that that's not true. So for the audience, why don't you cite which tomb so we can Google it upon ourselves?
The tomb of Jehoshaphat at Deir el-Barsha. It shows 172 men are moving a 60 tons statue. Then what's
Which is 17
your problem?
times
I don't
less
understand.
weight than the Ramesseum statue.
How do you move 1,000-ton stone, like you said? How do you do that?
Do you know, I want to show you today, our workmen today, who are the descendants of the workmen in the past. They move in front of me more than 60,000 tons. This is a national project. This is the Egyptian who lived in the time of Ramses II.
This is in the Old
What do you
Kingdom,
mean
and
you
there's
don't know that?
absolutely no documentation of any kind describing how the pyramids were constructed. Again, there's missing history that happened right after.
You are wrong. You are wrong.
Out of the 100,000 hieroglyphs in Egypt, there's not one single one that depicts or otherwise describes in any capacity the construction of the pyramids. And again, that
if he's just trying to say it's aliens, I mean, it's
that diary that you keep citing actually doesn't include the word pyramid whatsoever. Just like Dan Richards had just said, it's an assumption. You know, Zai, if you would like to invite me out to show me, you know, the exploration of this hidden void, I think it'd be very good for the influence of the various influencers within this community on the internet that are concerned that things have not been shared on the up and up.
I'd actually like to come.
I like you. I know
I'd
it
like to
sounds like
come
I'm
as the
sharpshooting you.
impartial guide on that trip, actually.
And I would report on it honestly, Zahi.
Let me bring Dan back in. Dan, out of interest, the same question to you, Dan. Hang on one second, Dr. Hawass. Dan Richards, what is the thing you would most like to just know for sure about the pyramid?
Honestly, as a guy who's worked construction a lot, there's one of the questions that are unanswered about the construction of the pyramids. You can say that you know how they lifted the stones all you want, but the squaring of that edifice to itself, the Great Pyramid has about a 2-inch deviation on a 756-foot run. That's less than 1,000%. You can't do that with ropes because they're going to sag. You can't do it with putting sticks back to back because you're going to get errors. Nowadays, we use transits and lasers. 500 years ago, they built the observatory at Greenwich, and it's not remotely as accurate to itself as the Great Pyramid. So honestly, I would just like to know how the hell they got it so perfectly accurate in its own footprint. How do they square something on that size? It's like machine age accuracy on a gigantic scale. So do you have any idea how they squared the edifice, Dr. Hawass?
Did you go to Dashur to see the pyramids of Khufu's father?
No, I have not been to Egypt, but I'm aware of the pyramids at Dashur.
Okay, then if you haven't been in Egypt, how can you base on what you see? Because you have to know one thing. When the Egyptian began to think about building Khufu pyramid, you have to know they choose Giza Plateau, because Giza Plateau is a part of the Mokattam Formation. Level 1 and 2 are very bad stones, but level 3 has the best quality of the stones. The old stones for building the pyramid came 1,000 feet away from the base of Khufu pyramid, and we located the location of the quarry. But before they moved the stones, they had to cut in the solid rock until they made the base of the pyramid 8 meters of solid rock, no stones. And they established a ramp from the quarry to the southwest corner. The ramp was constructed of stone, rubble, and sand. And we excavated the route of this ramp, and we found it. Then the Egyptian had a team cut it.
Sorry. I'm sorry, yes, go ahead.
The Egyptian divided the workmen, as we hear from Wadi al-Jarf Papyri, that I would like Jimmy to read first before he can talk to me. The Wadi al-Jarf
I've been there 3
Papyri
times.
is explaining...
Don't come at me like that. I've been to Giza 3 times, and I loved it. And I would love to go out there with you. I sincerely mean that. I know it sounds like I'm sharpshooting you, but...
I'm talking about the Wadi al-Jarf Papyri. You have to read it to understand.
Right, and it says what?
How
It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything about how they constructed the pyramids.
I'm talking about the accuracy, how they made it so square. It's extremely perfect, and it's the kind of thing that we can't do today without lasers. We don't do it. You can't do it with ropes. You can't do it with sticks. There's a mystery there.
What's your conclusion? No, I need to understand.
Honestly,
what do you want to say?
My conclusion is they used, the plates, the plate with many rings, like a target that you have in the museum in Cairo. I believe that was a target that they used a concave mirror and used the pinpoint of light to fill up circles at different distances. I haven't been able to test that, but they had to use something more than ropes, because you can't get that kind of accuracy without something better. I'm trying to keep it low tech.
Again, my question, what is your conclusion?
They are trying to say it's aliens, and he's...
If the Egyptians did not do this, who did it, in your opinion?
I'm not saying the Egyptians didn't do it. I'm talking about specific problems and how to solve them. I don't care if Gandhi did it. I'm talking about how to get it squared. And so I'm trying to answer that without going to lasers or ancient high tech. But honestly, the issue here, that as I see it, is you're telling me that the problem's solved. I'm telling you that if I was tasked with doing that, as a guy who's been tasked with pouring foundations, I couldn't do that. I would be looking at it going, I'm going to need better tools than what you had available.
Could it be that they were just better back then at construction than we are now.
Well, you're talking about a margin of error, so I mean, you still have to figure out how they measured. I'm
I mean, there
quite
were
certain
geniuses all over the place in that period of
absolutely
the history of the
absolutely.
planet. You know, I mean, why couldn't they just have had construction geniuses who, bereft of things like lasers, had to come up with other brilliant ideas to do? I mean, look, somebody
I wanna know
built this,
the
right?
idea.
Somebody built this. I have to assume they were humans. It's most likely they were Egyptian humans. So we should be able to agree on those broad parameters. The fascinating thing about the pyramids is we just don't really know how they did it. And I hope...
And it exceeds the known capabilities of the dynastic Egyptians.
Yeah. What's that, sorry?
What the pyramids themselves exceed the known capabilities of the dynastic
So that's
Egyptians.
what makes it so fascinating. And look, we've run out of time. I could talk about this for hours. I've become a real Egypt pyramid nerd because of this. But I actually love your idea, Jimmy, that we all go out to the pyramids. Maybe at the moment that you get inside these chambers and we actually discover maybe the secrets of one of the great wonders of the world. I've got to leave it there. Thank you very much, Dr. Hawass, for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
But I will be happy to see all of you in Cairo.
Brilliant.
And take you in a tour.
Brilliant.
And show you what I'm talking about.
I would actually love to see the pyramids. I think it'd be an amazing episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored. Let's go on the road. Let's go to the pyramids.
I'm waiting.
Let's do it.
I'm waiting for you, and I will give you a personal tour.
Love it. I'm in. Done. Agreed. Gentlemen.
Thank you.
He's always a nice guy. He's just fed up with Beast conspiracy nuts, I think.
Talking to all of you.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you, Zahi. It was a pleasure. I'd love to meet you.
And I think maybe he's been hiding a bit because he doesn't want to disappoint everyone.
Take care,
It's just boring inside.
Thank you.
Piers Morgan Uncensored is proudly independent.
I don't know. He gets so much hate, but I don't think he deserves it at all. Oh, this is that guy.
Wikipedia. We could talk about that for a quick second. John Hoops is a professor for Kansas University, and he is been one of the earliest editors of Wikipedia consistently. Graham Hancock's page, Younger Dryas Impact Hypothesis page, all kinds of pseudo-archaeology and all, pyramids in Atlantis, all that shit. He's got locked. It's not just that he edits it. Him and his buddies edit it, and you can't go in and edit it. There's a scientist from the Comet Research Group that tried to edit the Younger Dryas Impact Hypothesis page and was told he can't because it's a conflict of interest. A fucking scientist that works on this shit's a conflict of interest, but a scientist from outside the field isn't. Wikipedia.
Huh. Let's see how our clips are doing. 20%. Holy. Right, let's play a little bit of Mecha Break before we get off. If it even wants to boot up. My PC's doing so many things at once, holy. Wait, what was that? Mecha.
Narukami, ready to strike. Sky Raider, ready to strike. Stellaris, ready to strike. Falcon, ready to strike. Injecting coaxium particles. Pilot sync rate stable. Mind bridge initiated.
Capture and defend the 3 data nodes in the crop sinkhole. Capturing the nodes recovers abnormal mining data in the sinkhole. Recover data before Windrose destroys the mine.
Sky Raider, taking off. Sky Raider here. The sky is ours.
We'll play with Falcon. My mic was muted again. I can't wait to get this new microphone. Holy shit. Narukami's such a stupid jump. There's a Stellaris here, and there's... How did I die there? What the heck?
Sky Raider here. The sky is ours. Raider here. The sky is ours.
Attack marked target.
Wait, that bomb went down?
Narukami, moving in to provide cover. Stellaris, sneaking up for a backline ambush.
Attack marked target. Prepare to seize data node. Prepare to seize data node.
Enemy down.
Get the hell!
Inferno, about to lay down the barrage. Oh, is that all you got? Stay out of it next time. Enemy down.
Attack marked target.
Sky Raider here. The sky is ours.
Narukami, moving in to provide cover. Sneaking up for a backline ambush. Defeat. Enemy down. MVP.
Okay. I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I'll do some off-stream stuff and I'll be back tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.